Welcome to another exciting episode of the Tax Talk. The program's primary objective is to provide accessible and engaging insights into the various facets of taxation and tax administration. We break down jargon and clarify concepts that often appear daunting to the general public. I'm your host, Oyinlola Saleh, and I'm thrilled to let you know that we've put together an engaging lineup of segments that will enhance your understanding. Let's dive right in.
This is business news. The Lagos State Governor, Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, has approved 25% of every purchase of foodstuff worth 25,000 naira as part of measures to cushion the economic hardship among masses in the state. Also, the Lagos State government will be exploring three major avenues to ensure residents get affordable foodstuff to ease the economic burden on them. Mr. Sanwo-Olu made the remarks during a special live media chat tagged Sanwo-Olu Speaks, held at the Lagos House Marina to intimate residents on steps being taken to reduce effects of the harsh economic reality on residents. He said, quote, "We'll open soup kitchen where identified caterers, at least 1,000, will be employed across local government areas to feed those who need it once daily. Beneficiaries will get vouchers to be able to access the kitchens. We will also be having food purchase and redistribution to people who need it, especially as we are currently expecting about 100 trailer loads of rice and grains. Also, we will be having Sunday markets in 42 identified markets where people can buy cheaply at discounted rates. Purchase will, however, be limited to 25,000 naira to ensure that those who really need it benefit from the initiative." End quote. Also, in the health sector, Mr. Sanwo-Olu announced free delivery in all general hospitals and a rebate on certain medications, saying that 6 health districts will be holding free health missions twice a week for the next 3 months. The governor also said certain registration requirements in public schools, like demand for tax clearance certificate, will be put on hold for the meantime to accommodate more out-of-school children. The Lagos State Governor, Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, said his administration will be reducing public servant working days as part of plans to cushion the cost of living crisis in the country. Mr. Sanwo-Olu said, quote, "We want to start with our public servant. Immediately from next week, civil servant from the lower level will be working like 3 times a week, and level 15 to 17 can work 4 times in a week." On the rising cost of food, he added that his administration will open more markets where Lagosians can buy food items at discounted rate. He also says Sunday markets in at least 42 identified markets across Lagos State will be opened for residents to be able to buy food items at a discounted price. The governor said his administration was also constructing 4 food hubs to ensure food distribution in tackling rising food prices. Mr. Sanwo-Olu said, quote, "Coupled with the one at Idioro in Mushin, 4 more food hubs are under construction and 7 other locations in other local governments have also been identified for more food hubs to be developed." He added that a 25% reduction on transport services will start this weekend for the state public transport system. And that's it on business news.
Hello, sir. Good evening. How may I assist you?
I made a reservation for a room. My name is Ahmad.
Excellent, Mr. Amodu. A moment, please. You made a reservation for our deluxe suite for 2 nights. That will be 150,000 naira, sir. How would you like to make payment? Cash or card?
Card.
Okay. Thank you. Savings or current, sir?
Current.
Your PIN, please.
Thank you. You don't charge 5% consumption tax here.
No, sir. We don't do that.
Really? You're running a hospitality business and you're not charging 5% consumption tax?
No.
Hold on a minute. Hey, bro.
Alpha.
Yeah, I'm at an apartment in Ogba, and the receipt issued to me did not reflect the payment or deduction of consumption tax.
Oh, really? Thanks for the heads up. I will send a team to investigate.
I mean, they should be penalized.
Attention, all service apartment owners and operators in the hospitality business in Lagos State must charge and remit consumption tax to LIRS. Failure to comply is a contravention of the extant provisions in Section 9 of the HORC Law 2009, which attracts penalties as stipulated in Section 10 and 11 of the same law. Stay on the right side of the law.
Thank you for staying connected to the Tax Talk. Now let's delve into our Spotlight segment, The Big Story. In this episode, our Spotlight is on an intriguing question. Who is a model taxpayer? We'll venture beyond the financial realm and explore the qualities that define a model taxpayer. Join us as we peel back the layers and uncover the ethical, responsible, and socially conscious attributes that embody the essence of a model taxpayer. Take a listen.
This is the big story. In the dance of governance, taxation emerges as the rhythm propelling crucial services, fostering infrastructure development, and nurturing public welfare. Within the Nigerian landscape, Lagos State takes center stage as a paragon of effective tax administration, its impact resonating across society like a well-coordinated dance. However, beneath the facade of this fiscal governance, a puzzling question arises. Who orchestrates the powerful beats that lead the government in its dance?
A model taxpayer is one who complies in totality with the laid down tax laws and regulations as stipulated by law. So not just for the state government, but also for the federal government. One who sticks to timelines, one who, regularly issues or follows public notices, one who sends schedules for every remittance, and one, of course, who interfaces regularly with the tax agency to clear up any naughty areas. That's, for me, who I'll define as a model taxpayer.
Embarking on the journey to become a model taxpayer is akin to stepping into the role of a skillful instrumentalist playing a crucial part in the dance of fiscal responsibility. At center stage, the Lagos Internal Revenue Service takes on the role of a seasoned instructor, guiding taxpayers on refining their musical finesse as they play the instrument that sets the rhythm for the government's graceful dance. As a tax maestro, the LIRS extend its supportive hand, helping the individuals and businesses understand the intricate melody of tax obligations. As expected, taxpayers are to wield the instrument of fiscal diligence, harmonize compliance, while creating a cadence that reverberates through the halls of responsible governance. To become a model taxpayer is not merely to fulfill obligations, but to partake in captivating dance of fiscal responsibility, guided by the expert instructions of the Lagos State Internal Revenue Service.
The law expects, as a professional who does not earn monthly salary, to file your annual returns before the first day of March. An annual return is a summary of income you received for the previous year. In doing that, after coming up with these returns, you submit to the relevant tax authority, which in my case now is the Lagos Internal Revenue Service. They will assess what you have done and advise you with the tax that is payable. The challenge, however, has always been, at the time of the assessment, what if you do not have the liquidity to immediately pay? Remember, probably in March, if you had some money, you spent it. In July, you had another, you spent it. And probably at the time you are submitting your returns, no income has even come to your hand. How do you do it? I'd rather advise people, as income comes to your hand, please make a provision for your tax and set it aside, so that by the time your assessment is being done and carried out, you have enough money to be able to pay. It's very important that as a good citizen of any country, you must take your tax payments very important and critical.
So, Assuming the role of a model taxpayer is a significant responsibility demanding a dedicated adherence to tax laws and regulations. The Lagos State Internal Revenue Service is unwavering in its commitment to collaborating with taxpayers, ensuring their ability to fulfill obligations and acknowledging those who will exhibit exemplary behavior.
One thing that LIRS has continued to do, especially the management as led by Mr. Ayosube, is to be very customer-centric. So what we continue to do is to gather data on taxpayers' behavior, taxpayers' issues and complaints, constantly engaging with the stakeholders, consultants, relevant stakeholders to push the agenda. And one of the most important things that we have used to do this is technology. We have been very, very big on optimizing our tech services in terms of web applications. We have our e-tax application. We also set up a customer care center with open 24 hours. The whole point of the customer center is, the call center is for taxpayers to call in, seek whatever support they need, answer relevant questions, and they're fully staffed and given the optimal support from management.
Tax revenue plays a pivotal role in sustaining the Lagos State government's ability to deliver vital services to its citizens, encompassing healthcare, education, and infrastructure development, amongst others.
The truth of the case is that if you are not a taxpayer, you cannot hold government accountable for anything. It is only when I pay my tax that I can hold government accountable and say, okay, what are you using my money to do? It's only when I pay my tax that I can see a policeman on the road and say, look, I'm part of your employer, so you cannot bully me. So I will encourage all qualified taxpayers, please do the needful. Play your own role. Play your own role. Do not consider any extraneous reasons why you are not doing it. Play your role, make sure you pay your taxes, file your return as and when due, because without even these taxes, all those things that we want from government, we cannot achieve it. Tax ordinarily is structured to be a sort of a mechanism for wealth redistribution. Wealth redistribution. What do I mean? When you are privileged, you pay your taxes, social amenities can be provided that even the less privileged can enjoy.
In response to the burgeoning population, the Lagos State government, through the LIRS, is actively promoting tax compliance among business owners and its employees. This initiative involves the introduction of a streamlined tax system designed to facilitate the straightforward registration and payment of taxes, thus fostering a conducive environment for business operations.
One of the things I'm proudest of course, is the e-tax system and the fact that we continually optimize it for taxpayers. So from the comfort of your homes, you can file, you can pay, you can generate your receipts, you can apply for your tax clearance, and of course with very little interface with the tax authority. Just go in there, you can do everything. You can, like I said, you can file, you can pay. And what we've done, that we used to have issues with taxpayers paying into the wrong codes. So what I mean by the wrong codes is that every tax has its own specialized code that should be quoted or referenced when making a payment. So we often had taxpayers who wanted to pay their monthly payee who go and pay into the wrong code of tax audit. So to arrest this trend, we set up something that's known as the bill reference code. So what we just do is the taxpayer, once you are ready to pay, you just generate a bill reference for you. You can even generate it yourself. Take it to any bank or just put the reference code into the payment payment system rather. So you could pay online, pay from your bank, pay by bank transfer. You can go into the bank and just give the reference code, and that of course has reduced the issues as relates to wrong payments. But like one of the things that you would have heard me say earlier is that we have multiple payment methods, so you can choose any one that you want. Almost the same way you can pay your cable bills from anywhere, you can pay electricity bills from anywhere, you can now pay your taxes from anywhere. It's one of the things that drove that conversation, that how can it be easier for taxpayers to pay for basic services and just to pay their taxes. We must make it as easy as possible, because that's one of the tenets of taxation, to make taxation as easy to administer as possible at the lowest possible cost to taxpayers. So one of the things that we're very proud of is the e-tax system and all its multiple uses.
Lagos State recognizes that an informed taxpayer is an empowered taxpayer. Through extensive public awareness campaigns, stakeholder engagement, the government educates citizens on the importance of taxation, how the funds are utilized, and how it imparts the quality of lives in the state.
One of the most important parts of that LRS is taking part of is what you're seeing right now, this tax talk. We recognize the importance of continually educating taxpayers on what, first of all, your taxes are being used for. So it's not just making you pay the taxes and how you should pay the taxes and why you should pay, but also you can see what we are using the money for. Optimal collection methods, optimal payment methods would allow us to get optimal, compliance from taxpayers, and that in turn will translate to the development that you're seeing. So a lot of the roads that are being constructed, Lagos is constantly a construction site. Everywhere you're going, there's new developments, there's under the bridges are being cleared up, there's maintenance, there's beautification, and there's still so much more to do. So an LIRS recognizes that not only should we make this process for you, we must also educate you and let you understand the reasons why you are paying the taxes. I tell my team every day when we sit down and we have our conversations, our strategy sessions, chasing a target, it's not just a target for us, it's life, in the sense that every time we miss our target by 1-0, one road isn't getting completed, one hospital isn't getting staffed, one doctor might not get, it's affecting somebody's salaries. So we have one of the most important roles in this state, that is tax collection, revenue generation, because that's a lifeline of the state. So we recognize it, and as staff of LRS, we're constantly pushing and educating and enlightening, and we don't take it for granted. And of course, the agency's mission statement is very clear. It is to efficiently collect taxes due to the Lagos State government, thereby ensuring that the funding of public services and projects for the benefits of all Lagosians. So that's a very, very, very crucial point. It's what drives us as an agency, the realization that we are directly responsible for building the Lagos of our dreams.
So I admonish everyone, all and sundry, please play your role, pay your own taxes, do whatever you are supposed to do, meet your commitments, meet your obligations, then we can hold. In fact, we are docile in this country because we are not good taxpayers. In other climes where taxes is as high as 35-40%, when things are not going right, people ask questions because a good portion of what they should enjoy has gone into government hands. But what do we see in our country today? In fact, the privileged ones are the ones that are not paying taxes. You go and do an analysis of state government, particularly income profile. Payee takes the bulk of it, and payees pay as you earn. It's because those employees, they really have no choice. The employer deducts it as source and remits to government. So I advise and admonish everyone, please pay your tax so that we can hold our government accountable for what they are using our resources for.
Being a model taxpayer isn't just a responsibility. It's a journey of willingness and fulfillment of one's tax obligations. It's about embracing the significance of paying taxes and recognizing the profound impact it has on the growth and development of the community. As the government continues its fervent effort to encourage tax compliance, everyone is encouraged to collectively chart a course towards transforming Lagos State into a model city.
Thank you for staying with us on the Tax Talk. We now know who a model taxpayer is. He or she is fully compliant with tax laws, regulations, and reporting requirements with accurate reporting of their income, deductions, and other financial details on their tax returns. Let's take a short break and we will be right back.
Hello, sir. Good evening. How may I assist you?
I made a reservation for a room. My name is Ahmad.
Excellent, Mr. Amodu. A moment, please. You made a reservation for our deluxe suite for 2 nights. That will be 150,000 naira, sir. How would you like to make payment? Cash or card?
Card.
Okay. Thank you. Savings or current, sir?
Current.
Your PIN, please.
Thank you. You don't charge 5% consumption tax here.
No, sir, we don't do that.
Really? You're running a hospitality business and you're not charging 5% consumption tax?
No.
Hold on a minute. Hey bro.
Alpha.
Yeah, I am at an apartment in Ogba and the receipt issued to me did not reflect the payment or deduction of consumption tax.
Oh, really? Thanks for the heads up. I will send a team to investigate.
I mean, they should be penalized.
Attention, all service apartment owners and operators in the hospitality business in Lagos State must charge and remit consumption tax to LIRS. Failure to comply is a contravention of the extant provisions in Section 9 of the HORC Law 2009, which attracts penalties as stipulated in Section 10 and 11 of the same law. Stay on the right side of the law.
All the contractors marching order to push forward and go and start cleaning up, start doing testing, and start doing completion. And so we want the best to be for the citizens of Lagos State, and will ensure that the best is what, at the minimum, that you deserve to have from our government. Have a lot of work to do to ensure that people are not in any form on the rail track. We will, especially maybe 500 meters to almost a kilometer, to the train platform itself, we probably need to do concrete wall to be able to secure the passengers, to be able to secure the citizens from themselves.
You've been watching the Tax Talk. We hope the insights gained today encourage you to reflect on your role as a taxpayer and your impact on the society. Remember, responsible citizenship extends beyond paying taxes. It also involves our patriotic contributions that shape our collective future. Join us next time for another interesting episode. I am Oyinlola Sally. See you next week, same station, same time. Bye for now.